It's May 2022 and I've headed to Yorkshire, to the spa town of Harrogate and its much older sibling of Knaresborough, in search of the waters that turn objects to stone. Until the late 16th century, Harrogate was just a small farming village a couple of miles from the market town of Knaresborough, which, with its castle, was the much more important town of the two. That all changed after the discovery of mineral spring waters in the Harrogate area, and over the next couple of hundred years, the town grew into one of the country's premier spa towns, with multiple pump rooms and large hotels popping up over the rolling hills of the town. The springs are still there underneath the pump rooms that dot the town centre, such as the Royal Pump Room, which today houses a museum telling the history of the town. Nearby, the Victorian Turkish Baths are still open to the public for daily sessions, where you can take in the waters and steam rooms amongst the ornate designs the Victorians created nearly 130 years ago at the peak of the resort's popularity. Two miles to the west of the town centre sits the Harlow Carr Gardens, now part of the Royal Horticultural Society. Sulphur springs were discovered at the site in the 18th century, but it took over 100 years before the area was turned into a spa resort, with a hotel and bathhouse being built in the 1840s. By the 1860s, large gardens had also been laid out around the complex to distinguish it from the large town centre hotels and bath complexes located back in the centre of Harrogate. In 1946, the Northern Horticultural Society was founded and took over parts of the garden, opening them as the Harlow Carr Botanical Gardens in 1950, before merging with the Royal Horticultural Society at the beginning of the 21st century. The original bathhouse was converted into the library and study centre in 1958, though these moved to new purpose-built centre in 2010, the space now being used as an exhibition space. Long before Harrogate was a high-end resort town, the area is under the control of the market town of Knaresborough. Knaresborough is mentioned in the Domesday Book, though the Normans played the largest part of the development of the town, with the market first mentioned in 1206, though it didn't receive a charter until 1310. More than 700 years later, the market is still held every Wednesday in the market square. A short distance away are the ruins of the castle, which was destroyed following the end of the Civil War in 1648, with many of the town's buildings from that time recycling stone, looting, into their construction. The castle holds a powerful position at the highest point in town, on a cliff high above the River Nid, looking down on the town, the river and the railway. From the centre of town, the 18th century High Bridge crosses the River Nid, with excellent views of the Victorian Railway Viaduct, and on the opposite side takes you to the entrance to the park that leads to Knaresborough's Petrifying Well. As with Harrogate, the town has a number of rich mineral springs that pass down the sides of the valley and out into the river. Due to the high mineral content of the water that leaches out, large rock formations have formed, creating the dropping well. Objects placed under the water will, over the course of a couple of months, develop a rocky exterior, giving the impression that they've been turned to stone. Next for Petrifying Well is Mother Shipton's Cave, named after the soothsayer and prophetess, Mother Shipton, who was born in the cave after her pregnant mother had been run out of town by less than friendly locals, accusing her of witchcraft. Five miles south of Knaresborough is the small village of Spofforth. The village is home to Spofforth Castle, which was built in the early 14th century when Henry de Percy was given a licence to crenellate a manor house that already existed on the site. There are regular buses from Harrogate bus station to Harlow Carr, with a 10-minute walk, Spofforth and Knaresborough. Harrogate and Knaresborough both sit on the railway line between Leeds and York, with half-hourly trains running along the line, linking to intercity services at both ends. LLER also runs regular trains every 2 hours from London King's Cross direct to Harrogate.